The other deer we want to look at is Snoopy or Gumball, and the amazing thing again is you look how he came from a 3-point to that right there. His horns are hard. You can see that, I don't know what he's got on that there. He's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 by 6 maybe. 6 by 5 maybe. 6 by 6, I'm not sure. But you can take a good look at him there. The horns are narrow, but there's a lot of them up there. There's a lot of them up there. He won't stand still. Let me get you a really good picture. He's interested in eating there this morning, so he's hanging around. And he's gonna rub the horns a little bit there on the feeder. They'll rub those horns on about anything that they can. Now, once the horns get hard, that's when we need to really keep an eye on him. He's probably fine now. His testosterone hadn't started working. He hadn't really got into a rutting mood yet. I haven't seen any deer fighting at all. But they will start sparring here pretty soon. And you can see that he looks beautiful and not a mark on him. He's just absolutely gorgeous and fat. Go up there and rub those antlers against anything he can rub them against. And I was playing with Forrest a little bit yesterday and kind of scratching his ears, and he kept wanting to get his horns on me. So, you know, it's the time of the year where you got to start being very, very cautious around these big bucks. They're big, they're powerful, and they can be deadly. They have actually killed people. Pet bucks are not necessarily good, but I just can't hardly let them die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's either a 6 by 5 or a 6 by 6. He's a beauty, though. He is absolutely a beauty. Gumball, aka Snoopy. You are a beautiful boy. Yes, you are. You can see his body. He's beautiful, fat. That's his second horns. Second horns, just like Forrest. And obviously he'd be a great brood buck also, but we're kind of hoping to breed the deer again to Whitey, but a lot depends on what kind of shape Whitey is able to stay in. But that growth is really, really serious deal. And that's what ended up killing Bazooka, because he really couldn't eat. Now, we notice that Whitey's still eating, but it's obviously affecting the way he walks. Take a look at that baby. See how much that baby's grown? We haven't looked at any of the babies in here in the pen, but you can see that they are growing remarkably fast. They are really, really getting large. There's another baby over there on the other side. Zoom in on that baby, you can see that it's totally lost its spots. That's a little baby doe. Totally lost its spots. Here's another one over here that has not lost its spots. Now, normally when a rain comes, it'll get rid of all that hair that's got the spots on it, but since we hadn't had any rain, we still have quite a few deer that's got spots. But there's the baby deer are a lot of different sizes, but they are just growing like weeds. That's a baby deer you see walking over there on the other side. That's a baby buck right there, and you can see how big he is. I'm gonna try to get up close to one here in a sec and see if we can see what the nubbins are looking like. That little guy is extremely nervous, but you can see how big his nubbins have grown already. And that this year's deer, you know, that's his very first set of nubbins, not set of antlers, set of nubbins. You know, he's just not even, just a few months old is all he is. But you can see that's one of Whitey's boys, and Whitey's boys are going to be big boys, pretty much all of them, I imagine. But that one definitely is going to be. He's looking beautiful. We'll be letting him out here pretty soon. He can't stay in here with Whitey and Snoopy because they would actually kill that baby deer when they get into the rut. And they get very, very violent to other bucks, no matter whether they're baby bucks or big bucks. But you can see that he's got some beautiful, beautiful nubbins up there. He has pretty much lost all of his spots. He's got a little bit left, but he's a big deer too. He's really, really good size. So he is definitely going to be a dandy. That's one right there that we want to see running around on the ranch, breeding the wild deer, and just becoming a stud buck someday. We could take a look at a few babies right there in that corner. Those they got one small doe in there, but the rest of them are all babies. And you can see that I can see some nubbins on this guy, that guy right there. See some nubbins on him. He's got pretty good sized nubbins sticking out. That might have been the one I was looking at a little bit earlier, because it seems like he's got a few spots left, but not many. That's just a doe right there. There's a little more baby does over there. A little baby girl laying right there. No, it's a little buck. And I can't see any nubbins on that guy. No, I don't see any. There may be some. He's laying in the shade. Pretty good sized boy, and he looks like he's pretty much lost all of his spots. That's another buck right there. I can't see if he's got nubbins or not. He sure might. A little girl deer there. Another little girl deer walking over here by the water trough. You can see she's quite a bit different in size, but they're big. They're big. There's my boy with the nubbins right there. He's got pretty good sized nubbins. He's probably going to be the champion of the lot that I've been able to look at today. It's pretty hot today, so I don't want the deer moving around too much. But he's going to be a champion. He'll be out in the wild roaming free in the not too distant future, probably within the next month or so. Okay, we don't have a lot of shade out here. It's kind of in the middle of the day, the wrong time of the day to be doing this, but I'm trying to coax Prince Charming down here. Got down here in the corner. We got some new pens we built for these guys. Come on, Prince Charming. Come on, buddy. Come on. See if I can get him down here close where we can take a really good close look at his antlers. That's always been pretty easy. There you go, buddy. Don't want that? I have to coax him up here a little bit. Come here. You walk up to them, they normally back up. Come on. Come on. Come on. And he backed up. But you can take a look at his antlers right there and see how big they are just in this angle right here. I do not have any carrots, but I've got watermelon. He's going to come on up, and I'm in the corner. He probably doesn't like to be in the corner like this. But he did come up and get a big bite there, so we'll be able to got watermelon here. This is a small watermelon that wasn't really quite ripe, but it's kind of growing kind of funny. So Patsy brought it up, and I cut it up and able to feed him. I've got quite a bit of watermelon all cut up. I cut some smaller ones because I wanted to give it to the babies too. But you can take a look there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on that one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on that other side. And you notice he's got one broken there. You see the one broken up on top? That's kind of a bad deal right there. And he probably hung it in the fence and it broke off. It's going to grow just like that. If you'll remember, Ot 6 had that broken one. He caught it in the fence and ripped his whole horn off. Now, I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Prince Charming here. But you can see Prince Charming, he's got some little ones sticking out up the side of his head. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He's not much into getting petted, but he certainly gives us a nice, beautiful look at his antlers when he's up here eating out of your hand like this. I'm not going to give him everything. I'm going to go up there and throw some out for Casper and Ice and for Snow White. But I want to get a really good look at his antlers here and see what they look like. You can he just gives us a beautiful view of what he's got crowned on the top of his head every single week. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He definitely loves watermelon. He's a watermelon eating dude, aren't you, buddy? Huh? You love that watermelon, don't you? And they eat the rinds and everything, of course. The rinds are just as good to them as the inside of it. One of the good things is he must be getting full. He's dropped a couple. I don't know if he just dropped them on purpose there or what. All right, I fed him quite a bit right here. Acts like he might be getting a little full. I'm going to go up and give the rest to the others. Okay, one thing I want to do here, and we'll see what he does here. I want to swing around, and I've got a video coming kind of showing you the entire pen, but all of that area that you see back behind me, all of that area right there will be the a new pad for the albino deer. Isn't it beautiful? It really looks great back here, doesn't it? All right, guys and girls. Oh, about fell down. All right, guys and girls, that's going to wrap up this episode of watching giant antlers grow. You can see this guy up here. He's getting up here, wanting to get in this bag. He's still in velvet. He'll get that scraped off it's any time, I suppose. We've never had albinos during this time of the year, so we don't really know what's going to happen. But we know one thing, he is definitely a champion. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one this week. Share this channel with as many people as you possibly can. We kind of hit a rut. I don't know if it's happening all over YouTube. It seems like they're canceling. We have as many people cancel out as get on, but a lot of those people are canceling out or putting some of those nasty messages up there, and we are canceling here. We're canceling them out ourselves. So have you a great one out there. And remember, I sure do love you. Yeah, you do too, don't you, boy?